Hi everyone. We are going to be looking at how to use stat transfer to convert data management files to different formats. This is something that will be very helpful if you are doing data analysis, but you're receiving data from somebody else in a file format other than what it is that you want in order to do your analysis. So for example, you may get data from somebody in an Excel spreadsheet, but want to convert it to a Stata data file so that you can use Stata to do your analysis. Likewise, you may have a colleague who primarily uses SPSS, but you primarily use Stata, and you want to be able to go back and forth between those two file types. Stat transfer is going to be something that allows you to do it. I'm going to go ahead and open up stat transfer. I have a trial version loaded onto this computer, so it's a free trial. Which means that it is limited. This trial is really for you to be able to play with the product and to see whether or not you want to purchase it. It is not something that you want to use for anything that you are really doing research on, because one out of about every 16 cases in your transfer will be dropped. So if you want to actually use this product for something that you are going to run an analysis on, you would want to make sure to purchase the full version first. So here is the window that you will get when you open up Stat Transfer. It is a very easy interface, and one of the things that you can do is you can transfer single files using this interface right here. So we're going to convert from Stata, and I'm going to go ahead and grab a file that I have saved on my computer. We're going to go ahead and use the GSS 2010 Big Stata. This is a data set that I use for one of my classes. And what you'll see, because I had already selected Excel, is going to pre-populate the file specification down here. Now what you'll see is that the directory path and the file name is exactly the same, except for it changed the extension from DTA to XLSX, converting Stata to Microsoft Excel. Now you can select any number of file types for it to go to, but we're going to select Excel for right now. We're going to click on transfer. It is going to take a few seconds because it is a large data file, probably about 12 or 13 seconds total for that. And then when it's done, we're going to get a warning, because we are using a free trial version, that this many cases were not transferred. So if we were to want to use this for an actual analysis, we would want to make sure to purchase the full version. Click OK, and I go back to my Finder into the folder where I originally had the data set, and you'll see right next to it now is an Excel spreadsheet that has all of the data from that data file converted into a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. So this is a great option. You might actually wonder why you would want to put something back into Excel once you had it in Stata, but you may want to share the data with somebody who really just needs to browse the data and might not have Stata on their computer, and so this will allow people to be able to browse data just using Microsoft Excel. So that's how to use this interface. It is a pretty easy interface to use, but you can also run programs that you write in some kind of text editor. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a program, one of a few programs that I wrote for this video. I'm going to go ahead and select all files, and I'm going to open up this Homework 5 transfer. You can see it's just got a couple of lines of code on there. So the first thing on here is a change directory command. I want to direct stat transfer to the place where I do have the file. And then the command is easy. It is copy the old file that you want to convert, and then the new file name that you want to use. So homework5.dta is a Stata data file, and I want to convert it to an Excel file. And so I'm going to go ahead and run this program. It is going to do a few things here. And then if I go back Here is my original data file. And here is my XLS file. I'm going to open it up in Microsoft Excel. This was a data set of from iPad's data of higher education institutions, their mission statements, and other variables related to those institutions. So again, going from Stata to Excel can be helpful if you just want to be able to share the data for somebody to be able to browse. Now, we can go ahead and get rid of that program. And I'm going to grab another program because one of the things that you can do in stat transfer is you can use wildcards as if you were in any other text editor. So I'm going to open up this program here, and I'm going to go ahead and add this X because I realized I was leaving that off of the last one. Again, I'm going to tell stat transfer where to look, and so this is in a different subfolder of the original one, so I added that subfolder onto the directory. And then copy *.dta *.xlsx. This is going to grab every Stata data file in this folder and turn it into a corresponding XLS file. So let's just go ahead and look at that folder to begin with. You can see that there are actually 5 different data files in here, but there are no Excel files. So we're going to go ahead and run this program, and it is going to start transferring. And you can see already the first one has shown up, the first Excel spreadsheet. It grabbed ELS 0206 BYF1TS CHV10, which was this one here, and started converting into an Excel spreadsheet. Here's the second one. It just showed up. This is the second follow-up, so it looks like that is this one here has been converted to an Excel spreadsheet, and it's going to go ahead and work through all of the rest of those data files so that when it's done running this program, all of these 5 data files will have been converted into an Excel spreadsheet. Some of these data files are somewhat large, so it is taking a while for it to run, but it will go through all 5 of those, which is great because if you do have a folder that has a whole bunch of files in it, then you can convert all of those with one command versus going in and one by one creating all those different Excel files. Now, also, just like you would use a wildcard in some other situations, you can actually do a wildcard to convert all of those files, or you can use it to create some of those files. So we're going to go back to the parent folder of my Sociology 596 class, and you'll see that up here there are a few data sets that start with the word homework. Homework 3, homework 3 redo, homework 4. So I want to convert these, but I actually don't want to convert the rest of them. Okay. So what we're going to do here is, again, change the directory so stat transfer knows where to look. We're going to copy anything that starts with homework and then has anything after it from a data file to the same file name in an XLSX file, which is Microsoft Excel. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and run that program, and you'll see here already they're starting to show up: homework 3, homework 3 redo, and homework 4. But we're not going to get this GSS data. We're not going to get homework 5. We're not going to get this data set. We're only going to get the 3 that started with the word homework because we used the wildcard after the word homework. Now we've been converting from Stata to Excel just to demonstrate, but I do want to show a different way to run it. You'll see in the background here, I have got some SPSS files on my desktop. I actually do not have SPSS on this machine, um, so I want to be able to use these in Stata. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Got one last program in here to run. So I changed my directory to my desktop, and I'm going to copy anything that is an SAV extension to a DTA extension. These are also very large files, so it's probably going to take a moment or two. But once it is done with the conversion, we should see these data files open up here on the desktop. One of the things that you might want to consider, since using these programs are actually a lot easier than using the command interface or the drop-down menu interface, is to have yourself a list of extensions, especially as you're starting to get used to stat transfer. You can have a list of those extensions kind of handy so that you know what it is that you want to program. Here you can see the first one has shown up. Merged all 2010, which is this one here, has been converted to a Stata data file, and now it's currently working on the 2011. I'm not going to open that data file up because it does have identifiable information in it, and this is going to get posted on YouTube. So as a responsible researcher, I don't want to open any of that data in this video, but you should be able to open this data set up and start manipulating and analyzing the data in Stata as if you were. Now this makes the conversions much, much easier. A lot of times you will get downloaded data sets from public sources in ways that are not very helpful. For example, the iPad's data that I used was downloaded as a CSV, and it does come with a do file to help you get that into Stata correctly, but those do files are not always accurate, so you do want to make sure that you are able to convert those easily. So that is it for this. That is stat transfer. Again, this is the trial mode, so you will need to purchase the full version, but this will give you a little bit of a taste of what you can do using the product.